Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am Kiran Bendigeri from Grafosyss IAS. In this video, let's have a look at 6th Standard Social Chapter 5 Panchayat Raj. What happens after people elect their representatives? How are decisions made? Let's look at how this takes place in rural areas. Here we look at the Grama Sabha, which is a meeting where people directly participate and seek answers from their elected representatives. So what happens after the elections? So how are the decisions made? So let's have a look at how it takes place in rural areas, in villages and all. So let's start from Grama Sabha, where people directly participate and ask the questions directly from their representatives. So the Gram Sabha is a meeting of all adults who live in the area covered by a panchayat. This could be only one village or a few villages. In some states, a village meeting is held for each village. Anyone who is 18 years old or more and who has the right to vote is a member of the Grama Sabha. So who is the member of Grama Sabha? Anyone in that village who is 18 years or more, who has right to vote, who is having election card, voter ID. He is the member of Gram Sabha, right? So Gram Sabha, it is a meeting, Sabha meeting, Gram village. So it is covered by a panchayat. It could be only one village or few villages. Gram Sabha. The Gram Sabha meeting begins with the panchayat president, who is also called Sarpanch. So panchayat president is equal to Sarpanch, and the members of the panchayat, the Panchs, presenting a plan on repairing the road that connects the village to the main highway. So after this, the discussion moves to the subject of water and water shortages. So panchayat president, he is Sarpanch, and members of the panchayat, they are the Panchs. Members of the panchayat, Panchs. So they are discussing about the roads, the small roads which connect to the main highway. Every village panchayat is divided into wards, that is smaller areas. Each ward elects a representative who is known as the ward member. All the members of Gram Sabha also elect a Sarpanch, who is the panchayat president. So the ward member is called Panch, and every panchayat is divided into wards. Right, you have to remember this. Panchayat is divided into wards, and wards, each ward elects a representative who is known as ward member. Ward member is also known as Panch. Right. All the members of Gram Sabha also elect a Sarpanch, who is the panchayat president. So remember how it is in the order. The ward panch and the sarpanch form the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat is elected for 5 years. Right. The Gram Panchayat, 5 years. The Gram Panchayat has a secretary who is also the secretary of the Gram Sabha. This person is not an elected person but is appointed by the government. The secretary is responsible for calling the meeting of the Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat and keeping a record of the proceedings. So secretary, he is not elected but appointed by the government. So he is responsible for calling the meeting of the Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat and keeping a record of the proceedings. Right. So he has to keep all the records. He is appointed by the government. The Gram Sabha is a key factor in making the Gram Panchayat play its role and be responsible. It is the place where all plans for the work of the Gram Panchayat are placed before the people. So the Gram Sabha, it is a key factor. So here all the plans for the work of Gram Panchayat is kept before the people. The Gram Sabha prevents the Panchayat from doing wrong things like misusing money or favoring certain people. It plays an important role in keeping an eye on the elected representatives and in making them responsible to the persons who elected them. So the meeting which takes place prevents Panchayat from misusing money or favoring certain people. The Gram Panchayat meets regularly, and one of its main tasks is to implement development programs for all villages that come under it. As you have seen, the work of the Gram Panchayat has to be approved by the Gram Sabha. So all the works has to be approved by Gram Sabha, and this Panchayat meets regularly, and it discusses about all the tasks, development programs for that particular villages and all. In some states, Gram Sabhas from committees like construction and development committees. In some states, Gram Sabhas form committees like construction and development committees. These committees include some members of the Gram Sabha and some from the Gram Panchayat who work together to carry out specific tasks. So Gram Sabhas form committees for construction, development and all. There will be different committees, and these committees include members of Gram Sabha and also from the Gram Panchayat to carry all the tasks. The work of a Gram Panchayat includes the construction and maintenance of water sources, roads, drainage, school buildings and other common property resources, levying and collecting local taxes, executing government schemes related to generating employment in the village. So these are the tasks: construction and maintenance of water resources, levying and collecting local taxes, and executing government schemes to generate employment and all. So there are many tasks, many work that comes under Gram Panchayat. Sources of funds for the Gram Panchayat: collection of taxes on houses, marketplaces, etc. So they will collect all kinds of taxes. There are also specific rules for that. Government scheme funds received through various departments of the government, through the Janpad and Jilla Panchayats. So they receive several funds from Janpad and Jilla Panchayats. Those are government scheme funds. Donations for community works, etc. So they will receive donations also. 3 levels of panchayats. After reading about what happened in the Gram Sabha and the Gram Panchayat, you can understand that the Gram Panchayat Raj system is a process through which people participate in their own government. The Panchayati Raj system is the first tier or level of democratic government. So we can understand Panchayati Raj system is first level or first tier of democratic government. The Panch and Gram Panchayat are answerable to the Gram Sabha. So Panch and Sarpanch, they are answerable to Gram Sabha because it is the members of the Gram Sabha who elected them, because these are the people who voted them. This idea of people's participation in the Panchayati Raj system extends to 2 other levels. One is the block level, which is called the Janpad Panchayat or the Panchayat Samiti. The Panchayat Samiti has many Gram Panchayats under it. Above the Panchayat Samiti is the district Panchayat or the Zilla Panchayat. Zilla Parishad. The Zilla Parishad actually makes developmental plans at the district level. With the help of Panchayat Samitis, it also regulates the money distribution among all the Gram Panchayats. So there are two other levels, that is the Panchayati Samiti or Janapad Panchayat. Right. Above it there is one more level, that is district Panchayat or Jilla Parishad. So developmental plans take place at Jilla Parishad or district Panchayat. With the help of Panchayat Samitis or Janapad Panchayat, it regulates the money distribution among all the Gram Panchayats. So the three things you have to remember: Gram Panchayat and Panchayat Samiti or Janpad Panchayat, and one more thing is Jilla Parishad or district Panchayat. Within the guidelines given in the Constitution, each state in the country has its own laws with regard to panchayats. The idea is to provide more and more space for people to participate and raise their voices. So under the guidance of the guidelines of the Constitution, each state in the country has its own laws with regard to panchayats. So they have made their own laws. So this idea is to provide more space so that they can participate by their own way, and they can raise their voices for their rights, for their development of their locality and all. So this is the end of the chapter. Thank you.